What's up, Bulldogs? All right, I want to talk about a really important topic that I don't think I've discussed much on this channel, which is honor and integrity. And I wanted to talk about what that means, like to have honor, to have integrity, and why that's so important. And, and that really boils down to the idea of living your life by principles. If you guys are just joining me for the first time, I'm John from BulldogMindset.com. On this channel, I teach you how to be a man. I teach you how to build financial independence, how to get the physique you want, how to get the girls you want, and how to go from the victim mindset to the Bulldog mindset. Click that subscribe button to join us. Also, if you haven't taken the Bulldog quiz, it's up here in the cards. 10 questions will tell you what your Bulldog score is. Highly, highly recommend you do that. It won't take you very long, but I'll give you a score from 0 to 100 and tell you if you got mental toughness or not. All right, so let's talk about this. I just had an event happen to me where a gentleman who I invested some money with operated in a very dishonest fashion. This has gone on for a few years. I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to get into the exact details right now. At some point in the future, I will, but there's some ongoing discussions that are happening. So I don't want to interfere with that, and I don't want to make accusations until all of the facts come out. But needless to say, he dealt with me in a very dishonest way by not revealing material information in the investment, by looking out for himself in the investment, and in even just in the way that he conducted things. When I look at what he was doing and how he was not protecting the investors' assets and their interests, instead trying to expand and go after the next project and the next thing instead of taking care of the things that he already had. It made me really think about how important it is to operate it with honor and integrity. Because, a lot of times I see guys do stuff and I think, I would not do that. I would not act in that way. And another, actually, a really good example is I was supposed to go into the doctor to get a endoscopy done. That's a procedure where they put a tube down your throat and check basically it was to look for acid reflux, right? Because I had the sore throat that hadn't gone away for a long time. And I'm guessing that, we saw some ENTs and stuff. Long story short is they thought that there's some acid reflux that's hitting my vocal cords and irritating that part of my throat. Who knows? I don't know the exact, probably true. But anyway, I was supposed to get this procedure done. And the day before the procedure was going to be done, they called me up and said, hey, yeah, we checked your insurance. Here's what we think that you're going to end up paying after the insurance adjusted payments. And I have a high deductible insurance plan, which is smart. I'm not going to get into the discussion of that, but you want to have high deductible. That's how insurance is designed to work. I have a video on this, but insurance, in fact, there's a video in the membership on insurance. Really important. If you don't understand some of these financial concepts, click the link down below, $7 for the first month to join the Bulldog Mindset membership. Ton of information on investing, on financial acumen, becoming a person who can build a business, becoming a strong man, becoming what I call a top 5% man, dating advice, a huge group, community of men, just great all around. For $7 for the first month, you should definitely check it out if you haven't already. All right, now, anyway, so they basically said, okay, well, you're going to have to pay, it was close to $5,000. And I'm looking online at the same time, and I'm like, okay, what is the cost of an endoscopy, average cost in the area that I'm at? And it was like $1,500 to $2,000. So I'm like, okay, first of all, they're overcharging with the insurance adjustment. So what happens is, the hospital submits a procedure code to the insurance company, and the insurance company reprices it to a negotiated price, which is a lot lower. But this whole system is very unethical, right? And so I asked the person that called me, and I said, hey, what are you charging the insurance company, right? Like, what is the bill that you're saying that the bill costs? What are you charging your rate initially? And she said, oh, it's $19,000 for one procedure and $16,000 for the other. And again, I looked online, $1,500, like $2,000 to get it all done. This is if you just paid out of pocket. This is just like the normal cost on this. So I told her, I said, this is highly unethical. I was like, this is fraud. You're committing insurance fraud. Yeah, I mean, I know it's not you directly, but consider your job. Consider that you are participating in something that is that does not have integrity and is an insurance fraud. And she said, well, that's how the system works. Is they bill that much, but the insurance reprices it. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. It's still fraud. It's still fraud. Like overcharging or inflating a price because the insurance will reprice you down, and then passing that on, which is still overpriced. That's theft. That's fraud. It lacks integrity. Yes, you can get away with it. Yes, everyone else does it, but it doesn't change the fact that you've done something. You've perpetuated a system that is dishonest. Okay. And so anyway, I didn't get into too much of a discussion with her, but she saw after I put it that way, she's like, yeah, actually, I guess you're actually right. I don't blame you. And so needless to say, I canceled the procedure because I'm like, well, she's like, well, you could just pay this amount, or what if we negotiated a lower rate for you? I'm like, it doesn't matter. I don't want you to submit to the insurance company this amount, because I would be participating in that, and that would be a lack of integrity on my part, and that would be dishonest on my part, knowing this information. Had I not known the information, it'd be different. And I thought about that, and it's like it's such an important thing, right? Because first of all, like looking at integrity and honor, and again, you could use different words for these things, but what does it mean to have integrity? What does it mean to operate with honor? It means that you do what's right because it's right. Right? The Stoics talked about this, about the virtues, right? And doing virtuous things because they're virtue. And really, when you look at Stoic philosophy, and they debated this, and they said, well, why do virtuous things, right? Why do good? Like, what is good even, right? These were debates that they had, philosophical debates. And what it turned out to be was that the Stoics really believed that you do it for virtue's sake, and that is a reward. That by doing virtuous things, that brings you the greatest good in life. And not necessarily in the material good, but in the inner good, in the sense that it brings you the greatest tranquility, right? Which was the goal of Stoic philosophy, is to have tranquility, to have peace, to feel fulfillment, we could call it. And so you do these things, you do virtuous things, not because God is going to punish you. Okay, not because you're going to get caught, not because of the risks or the consequences of it, but because it is the right thing, and you want to be a man of character, a man who other people admire and respect and trust. There's a certain thing about that, but more importantly, internally, when you go to sleep at night, when you're a person who operates with ethics, when you're a person who operates out of integrity and has a sense of honor, you sleep better at night. You know who you are, right? It's your own esteem. It's the esteem that you have for yourself that is affected by that. And when you operate outside of a place of honor and integrity, it is at the price of your soul. Right? That's the thing that I think people don't understand, is that, yeah, you can make money in dishonest ways. You can, and you might even enjoy that money. I disagree that you'll enjoy that money. I believe that you won't enjoy that money because it will eat at you, because the method in which you acquire wealth is directly related to the joy you get from it. I believe that, but let's say that you enjoyed it. But it would still come at a cost of your soul, right? You would become a lesser man, a lesser person, and you would know that because you know how you got it. You know how you achieved your results, and you know that you did it in a dishonest way, that you sacrificed your integrity, that you don't really represent anything, okay? One of the things that has defended me without me defending myself is my integrity, my honor, that I stand here or sit here every day and I make these videos and I tell you the truth and I show you the transparency of my finances, that I talk about these things. And even though I don't reveal all of my personal life, because that is my business, I'm upfront. I'm honest with you. I'm straightforward with you. I tell you the truth. The things that I say, I don't say to make money from you. I say them because they're true. And I tell you when I am making money. I'm operating a business. Like I said, Bulldog Mindset membership. I've already talked about it in this video. $7 for the first month to join. I highly recommend you join it because it's good, because it will help you in your life, because I've put it together, because I'm on this mission to make strong men of integrity, because that's important. And it's not a biblical thing. Okay. A lot of people are like, no. Okay. A lot of religious guys, great. I welcome, join, because I like that you have something that's holding you to a standard, but don't do it because of God. Don't do it because of Satan. All right. Don't do it because of the fear of eternal judgment or anything like that. Do the right things because they're right. Okay. Because you are a person who has a high value for yourself, and don't allow other people and their behaviors to negate your behaviors and your principles. Don't allow someone else treating you poorly. Don't allow someone else acting in a dishonest fashion with you to erode your own integrity and your own sense of honor. You still operate out of honor, regardless of what people do to you, right? It's sort of, I was listening to, I think, an episode of The Roommates. He was saying respect, okay? Because some girl said, oh yeah, a man has to earn my respect. And he said, why should someone have to earn your respect? Just give people respect. They don't have to earn your respect. You give people respect by default because it's who you are, right? And I thought, damn, finally someone gets it, right? Because that's the thing, is like, I treat people with respect whether they deserve it or not. Now, if someone they don't deserve respect, they start treating me in disrespectful fashion, I cut off my contact with them, but I still treat them in a respectful manner. I still give them respect because I respect people, because I treat people with respect, because it has no reflection of them. It's who I am. The reason why I do honest business dealings with people has nothing to do with them or whether they're honest. It has to do with me being honest. It has to do with me having a high degree of respect and self-validation of a high value of my own self. And that's why I operate with honor and integrity. It doesn't have to do with the other person, right? So many of you guys, the problem is that, like, you're thinking, well, if women do this, then I can do this. You're thinking if people treat me this way, well, I did the video on my channel on forgiveness, and people were like, no. Really? Like, you think that how someone else behaves and how they treat you and how they act should make you lesser of a man? You think you should let someone who is lower make you operate at a lower level? You really think that that's true? I'm sorry, but that's not true. You don't allow someone else's behavior or how other people act to bring you down. You don't go down to their level. As people say, I don't like using the high road, because I think that has been usurped and it's been twisted. But that's really what it comes down to. It's taking the high road. It's doing the right thing. And so anyway, I thought this was just an important topic to talk about, because, like I said, so many, and I see this again. I see this. I'm not picking on people, YouTube creators in the quote manosphere. Obviously I've exited the manosphere, so I'm not, some of these guys are my friends, are going to continue to be my friends. I'm not going to, but what I said when I was leaving the manosphere, when I made that video, which you can check out the video if you haven't watched it, okay, is I was talking about how the problem was that these guys, a lot of guys here on YouTube, they lack integrity. They're not. They don't have the high moral values. They're not respectable gentlemen that really encompass what it means to be a good man. Okay, and that's not cool. That's not a role model to look up to. And yeah, some people are making mad money. It's great, and I'm glad that people are having success. That's awesome. But some people are having success at the cost of their integrity. They're selling their soul for that success. And yeah, I could emulate some of the same tactics. That's true. I could do that. But, I like to think that even though I only get a few thousand views on these videos, and maybe I'm suppressing the algorithm, that's fine. But I like to think that you guys that are here, that are listening to these videos, you're here not because I tricked you, not because I'm promising some BS or because I'm doing some kind of drama tactics, but because what I'm saying is valuable to you, and then I'm imparting some wisdom on you. And yeah, maybe there'll be less people and there'll be less crowds, and the business will not be as big as it could be if I went other directions with it. But that's fine. I don't care. I don't want to make it in such a way that I'm not proud of what I've built. And with Bulldog Mindset, I can honestly tell you, and the membership, like I said, you can join it. You can check out the link below. I'm proud of what I built. Okay, because I built it the right way, because there's no deception here. There's no lies. I don't promise you things that I'm not going to deliver you, right? The whole time, I'm telling you, it's a hard road, right? When I get on calls with coaching clients, I tell them, hey, it's probably going to take you like 2 years to make money from your business, and I'm going to help you start. So yeah, so if you want to pay me for coaching to get to that point, it's an investment. It's true. I'm not, some of you maybe are like, oh, I was going to sign for coaching, but then now that John said that, that's fine. That's fine. I regularly tell people that sign up for coaching, no, I'm not going to take your money because I'm not going to be able to help. You're not a good fit, right? I don't want to waste your money. Your money is better spent somewhere else, because that's the truth, because that's how things should operate, because that's how I would want someone to treat me, because I want you to come to me and think, yeah, if John tells me something, he doesn't have an ulterior motive in what he's saying. Okay. Again, not to say that I don't run a business, not to say I don't make money, not to say that I'm flawless in the sense that, I'm not always perfectly in line with my integrity, but it's a value that I uphold, as is honor. And it's a value that you should uphold if you want to be a top 5% man, because that's what it is. There's a real quick, there was a question someone asked me, be a top 5% man. Does it mean having 6-pack abs? Does it mean, banging lots of women and being a ladies' man? Does it mean making a lot of money and being a baller and all this stuff? And I'm like, no, those are the external achievements. Those are the external results of being a good man, of being a top 5% man, of becoming a man of discipline, of a man of integrity, of a man that works hard, that is wise, right? That puts in the work over time. If you become that guy, and that's what I'm trying to teach you guys how to become, then the results come. The results come. But when you're focusing completely on the results, especially when you're at the cost of your soul, when you're willing to trade your soul for a quick gain, some popularity, some money, some girls, can't get that back, or maybe you can, but it's not a price you want to pay trying to redeem yourself.